Welcome to the CIA.
You can play a role protecting our nation. Start a career at the CIA and do more for your country than you ever dreamed possible.
Of trans people being like, using the incorrect pronouns is dehumanizing. And it's like, okay, well, now you're going to share pronouns with a literal fucking robot. So
Yep. Also, what is a non-gender voice? Like that's literally not a real thing.
They probably use your voice.
Wait,
someone that you can't tell.
You're saying my voice is
it could go either way.
It's just going to be it's a woman
nice.
that smokes cigarettes.
yeah. Yeah, it's the women they use to voice like rowdy little boys on like.
Or is that
the woman who did Bobby Hill?
Or it's Elizabeth Holmes,
how it feels to be colored me in my college application essay.
Like
the line that spoke to me stated simply, "I am not tragically colored. There is no sorrow dammed up in my soul, nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind at all." At 17, I had no idea what life would bring, but Sora's sentiment articulated so beautifully how I felt as a daughter of immigrants then and now. Nothing about me was or is tragic. I am perfectly made. I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish. I can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I'm a woman of color. I am a mom.
That's the weirdest line in the whole thing to me, because it's like,
she can change a diaper.
What are you doing with your hand to console the toddler?
She's rubbing its head off.
I've seen people change
diapers.
diapers.
You think she's jacking it off?
She can molest it and
yeah, I've seen people change diapers, and it's of all this shit. It's like like, you know, because there's a lot of people going off on this video or whatever,
right?
Yeah.
Making the mistake of thinking that whoever made this, you know, doesn't like that they just found out about all this stuff this week,
right? Not that they haven't been planting it for the last 10 years.
Either way, but there is one thing that the CIA is actually not good at, and it's not having sex with children.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
That's something that
it's hard.
That is the only thing they can do. A lot of weird, the crazy stuff.
They get away with a lot of stuff,
but all of them fall prey to these internal, like, well, let's have sex with children as part of a honeypot plan,
right?
And then before you know it, the president's fucking children,
of course. And now we gotta kill Jeff.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Now someone's got to take the fall. Yep.
Well, even, you know, I mean, that's all that's how Afghanistan ended. They were somehow able to manipulate public opinion forever on Afghanistan, which was basically a drug smuggling operation for 14 years.
Yeah.
Until like people found out the army had to turn a blind eye to tribal leaders raping boys.
Yeah.
Well, it's their culture.
And then Joe was like, you got go ahead and shut the whole thing, bring it down.
Shout out to Joe, man.
We're gonna when
Shout
you
out to fucking Joe.
Yeah. How about a CIA that reflects the spicy Latino culture that I've grown to love every time I go out to lunch?
Every time I log on to 8th Street Latinas.
I went to Chipotle and I got into a knife fight with the guy behind the counter. That was the first Chipotle there ever was.
That's my way of saying hello.
All right, we cut off the tips of each other's dicks. And that's my understanding of the Holocaust.
Yeah, dude. Joe got in a knife fight to say hello.
Yeah, they call it a Puerto Rican circumcision.
But I don't. It's like okay. So there's one of two possibilities. Either the CIA is like a giant bureaucratic machine filled with like people of maybe slightly above average intelligence that you know they. I mean, you know, they pump this bullshit out, and there's as much like intellectual depth to it or agenda behind it as like when HSBC does the same thing,
right?
Which means
the Kylie Jenner Pepsi police commercial,
yeah. Or the world is actually, you know, this is like, in which case it's not a recruitment video. They're doing this to like either elicit or collect data on some kind of response to this kind of thing, which means that there's like every part of this has to be meticulously crafted,
right?
Which is like what. So where does that line come from? Who sat down and wrote down the line in this before shooting it? I can change a diaper with one hand and console a toddler.
Well,
Well,
listen,
here's my. You're right.
when Langley saw that lady doing that, that's elite skills with two different hands.
I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
But I mean, and this plays into theory B because the absurdity of that
The
statement.
fucking CIA.
I'm a cisgendered millennial that's been diagnosed with
Generalized
anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
Which probably, it's like if you go to the CIA and you're like, I'm mentally ill, they're like, see ya.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think the way that works is like, not only do you have the job, we're putting you in the commercials.
Yeah. They probably.
So it's like, why?
No, you got to be more insane than that.
Would they do that to make all of this seem absurd? Because I mean, I guess it's like, what would be the domestic goal of the CIA? And that's probably to be like some kind of like, I guess like bandwidth limiter, like cultural bandwidth limiter to cut off the low end and the high end of any kind of like cultural extreme. But I don't think that like woke shit is culturally extreme by any means. I think it's very much mainstream.
100%.
At
So
this point, yes.
it wouldn't be a like disruptive thing to make functionally satire. I guess is like what
It is. That is so funny.
Yeah.
That sentence is funnier than anything I've ever heard in my
I
life.
think maybe they got Tim Dillon to do this. I think that it clearly can't be that they think anyone thinks this is cool.
But
I don't think a single person thinks.
But maybe
that's
it is
cool.
a recruitment video.
But look at all the other dumb shit that the CIA got a lot of people on its side post 9/11. Not by like stoking fears about international terrorism, but by just making movies where the CIA guys get to wear khakis and Oakleys.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. That's what sold all of like the people that are now like QAnon people. They're like, wow, that guy looks like he's like he goes to REI, but he's not a fag.
Yeah.
right.
You know, I mean, it's like that.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
Oh, like the guy from Sicario, James Brolin from Sicario.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I sent it to
Or
Felix.
the
the other
Zero
day.
Dark 30 chick.
And if you don't think that that's like explicit, like I sent it to Felix the other day. I saw this ad. This is very funny. I mean, it's an ad for khakis. For those kind of, it's like an ad for being one of those guys.
Yeah, see, but James Brolin in that movie wore flip-flops.
Here we go.
That's cool.
Travel where you want, but they also wore flip-flops in Zero Dark 30.
Yep.
They're playing
Do they?
horseshoes and flip-flops.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Oakley's, the backwards hat.
And it works. It's that simple.
It's literally like letting you know that the global, intelligence monster has Casual Friday.
Yeah.
Look at this. From Forbes.
let me see it.
From Clothing Arts. Travel where you want. The CIA version of khakis.
Incredible, dude. Well, that's true. Okay, so no. But
You don't need like any kind of jingoistic bullshit. You just need guys like the fucking like the Punisher
CIA is
logo.
cool.
I mean that's it.
Yo, Jim, The Office was created solely to get a bunch of guys in their a bunch of bland motherfuckers in their 20s, and then Jim just became that guy, his CIA guy.
Yeah, and
so
then
that-
became an operator.
So
yeah.
now they're like, that's me.
Yeah.
I can be Jim.
I can
you
be
know what I
Jim.
mean?
I can make fun of the retard at work,
and then I get
and then
the
I
fucking
could go to Benghazi and
go
kill.
crazy on some Muslims.
I can
Yeah.
just go
Well, that's-
off in Benghazi.
That's what that Jack Ryan show is.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Yeah, they went from The Office to Jack Ryan for that reason.
I remember. I think I went to
He's
like
a plant.
Oh, he's
a plant,
definitely working
100%.
for
one of those
for Langley.
like a Regal where they do like the first look thing, like some movie theater, or maybe it wasn't even in a movie theater. But I saw some like one of those like 20-minute promotional things for that Jack Ryan show.
Yeah.
And it was John Krasinski talking about how he got to visit Langley and actually drink the cum of the men that work there.
Wow.
He actually like the sacrifices these guys make just to fuck him in his ass
Yep.
Yeah.
and receive pleasure from his anus while he's
God.
making,
That's crazy.
TV shows calling them heroes.
Yeah.
It's amazing the amount of work
Well,
that
okay.
goes into acting.
So here's how it is. I think we're onto something here because it's a two-pronged it's a two-pronged recruitment approach.
Right.
Because we have those guys. We have the guys that are like, I could be CIA.
But the CIA doesn't need. They don't do like. There's no reason for them to do recruitment.
But all those guys hate the
doesn't make
CIA
any
now
sense.
because they thought that they were trying to kill Trump. They thought the deep state was against.
No, it's not those guys. It's like fucking Democrats is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Democrat.
And
guys.
that's the reason it's this too, because it's like now it's women online who are tattletales see this video and they're like awesome. So now they're like the fucking. So now you got your operators, the guys that you got the khakis to, and then you got the fucking. Then you got a bunch of bitches online spying that would literally tip off the CIA if ever it was a necessity. We've trained a generation.
I am
to snitch.
intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I
Yeah,
am a
are you
walking
kidding me?
declaration. A woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences.
The
suggesting
Kamala
that a
Hive
question
is
has been
loving
asked.
That's anti-Semitic.
I did not sneak into CIA. My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks. I earned my way in, and I earned my way up the ranks of this organization. I am educated, qualified, and competent, and sometimes I struggle. I struggle feeling like I could do more, be more to my two sons, and I struggle leaving the office when I feel there's so much more to do.
So much
I
work
used to
into
struggle with
CIA.
imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like I'm supposed to apologize.
But again, that like they have to. It's it's a spy agency. So it's like they like to what extent that like these statements are like deliberately satirical has to make me think that this is done. It's like it's not. It can't
It can't be serious.
It can't be serious. I mean, well, it's serious, but it's not like
Right.
You know.
I'm saying they're trying to the K Hive, the Kamala Hive.
Yeah.
Here's this, and they're like, "That's me."
Yeah.
They're gonna. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, dude. They're gonna make a lot more cops that started as fucking snitches on fucking Twitter.
Everyone hates me, and that makes me good at being in the CIA.
Yep.
Yeah.
The patriarchy. I in turn struggle with imposter syndrome.
Yeah, but they were already doing that. I mean, that's what Zero Dark 30 the movie was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this is a
I guess I never
retarded
saw
sort of
that.
satirical version of that. But no, I mean, Zero Dark 30 is just a girl boss pro CIA pro
Yeah.
torture movie.
I would.
I never
It's
realized
actually
there
kind of
was-
sick, and
she-
Jessica
it's pretty-
Chastain's hot.
she's so
I mean,
hot.
it works on me too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't, you know, if I could
If I
maybe
could
get a
get
little
head from
piece,
her?
Yeah.
you know, I'll put on the khakis.
Yeah, I'll throw the khakis on.
I'll
You
wear the
black
khakis
bag
on.
as many Arabs as you want.
I
You
can
put
fuck
so many pockets on my pants.
some ageless redhead alien
yeah.
that comes from the planet Dixucrion.
She definitely has that quality.
Oh
about
yeah,
her.
dude.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
she's like
I
a
love-
Vulcan. She's got some like
yeah, because the
my-
cheeks, her cheekbones.
Yeah. My race has no feelings. Our pussies just become tighter with age.
Our pussies get wetter and tighter.
They become
And our throats
even
suck
our
dick
body
at the
count
back.
reverses.
We start having
We
fucked
start
a million
at
guys.
500 and work our way down.
Also, you know,
Beam me up, Scotty.
That's the way to do it.
you
dude.
know this like spicy Latina bitch. Like her parents got their slaves taken away at their coffee plantation by Castro.
Yeah.
And then she came here and was like, "We were poor. We had nothing."
Well, half the CIA guys back in the 60s were all just, you know, I mean, for lack of a better word, but that would be a funny way to phrase it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, for lack of a better word,
That's
Yeah,
it's
there's
the only
a
it's the only
thousand
word I
better
can come up
words.
with.
well, it's not 1,000.